Time to even this up to the image planes. So we have the front and the side image planes turned on. So just gonna grab this model and turn it on to X-ray mode and go as fast as I can to get this evened up. So first thing I'm gonna do is grab a major part here at the torso. So grab the vertices down to the edge up there, hit B on the keyboard so I have a nice soft select so it's not going to be too jarring to how far I move these vertices, and just bring them on down, trying to even up the shoulders here, the head, go down to the crotch region here. Like it's not too bad. The head is a bit high, so I'll go to the side view. Zoom in here, grab that whole thing. Maybe turn off soft select for just a minute. I get a little closer. There we go. Grab these pieces here, the back of the cranium, and this will save me a little bit of time in the sculpting application. I know I was talking about trying to avoid a lot of the vertex pushing, but you know, sometimes it is faster just to vertex push these along. Oh, and I found my keyboard shortcut or keyboard display application too to put on this computer, so hopefully it makes it a little bit easier to follow along. Those of you that actually want to try a follow along with modeling something at this speed, pretty helpful. So just go in here to the head, get the front of the cranium evened up here, pushed in the eye sockets a little bit. Maybe grab this whole edge loop right here and bring the whole thing back a little. Top of the head there, maybe this one as well. Take away the neck hair, the jawline, bring that back. This edge loop here is going to go all the way down. Grab what I want there and then take away. See if I can get that curling back here at the neck, the spine. It's good to see where the spine at there as well. So just kind of spacing them out as well as trying to get better actual anatomy form. Okay, like that. Close enough? Yeah. Go back into vertex mode. Maybe grab the bottom of that chin. Forward some more. We could add some more edge loops in. But for right now, I'm going to leave that. I think that's close up. Maybe get rid of any points. It could go to 4 viewport mode as well. And kind of take a look at the side and the front together at the same time. These ones here, a lot of times when the edge loop's straight, I'll grab this and kind of curve it inward like that so that it kind of flows with the contour. There's no straight lines on the human body. We're all a series of arcs. So that's important to remember too. There we go. So that's what I wanted, the front view. Bring in some of this back of the head right here as well. And if I had the top view of the skull, definitely get the egg shape going in there. And down here on the shoulder region, there's a trapezius. The neck's a bit wide still. And I'm just going to leave that for right now. And get back into to the leg. So I have the front leg, side leg showing here on the reference image. So I'm just going to go down, grab this whole thing. Let's grab the foot right here. Go to the front view with that. And turn on a big soft select. So B, middle mouse drag it way across so that it goes way up here. Beyond the kneecap. And just bring that whole foot in. There we go. Like that. And here are the 3 edge loops I had designated for the knee. So I can grab those down here for the kneecap. Those in. Scale them in a little bit. Side view. This one comes in quite a ways there. Same thing right here. Same thing with these. Scale. Bring them in. Those thighs kind of almost touching in there. Not quite. Then this whole part right here, all this bring quite a bit, especially here at the stomach and the obliques. It was pretty quick. You have those edge loops in there. It just a matter of massaging them around and getting them in the right location. So for the crotch here, definitely The side view is where it needs the most work, so let's just go to the side like crazy off, right? To start with, at least it is. So we got to push this lower back to get this bean shape, this S curve for the back right here. So let's grab these parts here. Maybe use a little bit of soft select, not too bad. And go in here. Oops. Got forward. Peel it in, move forward. Go part here, forward. All this part down here is going to really start to make sense here, especially when we bring in the lower back region right here. Go. And the gluteus medius and gluteus maximus, those will also make sense. Closer. She's in closer. Pull back out the rib cage. Barrel the rib cage. Barrel the chest. Turning soft. Select the B key on and off constantly. Here at the sternum, the chest. Go. I was trying to do a marquee grab and accidentally grab vertices that you didn't mean to. And I hit the spacebar a lot, but I don't mean to as well. I do not use the hotbox. It's too much UI. I like to go less is more. Just give me a few shortcut keys. It's crazy hotboxes with a gazillion commands. It's like, yeah. Too much UI bloat, UI overload. There's the rear end, so I have the edge loops to support the gluteus maximus and the thigh forward and scale it in a little bit. Maybe get to the edge loop here, double click that, bring that forward a little bit more. And maybe add an edge loop right here just underneath where the rear end is. Definitely where this is, where you have a long sliver. General rule of thumb on the thighs is to keep it keep the quad, or excuse me, for the quads, keep the quads less than a 2-to-1 ratio. That's definitely helpful. So go back to vertex mode here, and you have the S curve. So this is going to curve forward in the thigh and then back and around again for the calf. Really easy principle to remember. So just got to remember to do it. Scale them in a little bit here. You need to bring that back behind the kneecap and then bring that calf back a little bit more. Just scale it out. There's a little forward arc on the muscle in the front too. Go to the edge loop here, grab those edges and connect it. This is getting long too in my input, so every once in a while, definitely want to go in there and delete the history whenever thinking about it. I'll do it. Back, get in a little bit more. Long sliver quads right there. Grab those quads, connect one time, enter. Let's go to object mode and we'll go to the move key and back into our polygons, modeling, polygon editing, and delete. Reuse transformation history. And there we go. So when we go back to channel, it's empty again. It's looking pretty good right there. Watch out for any zigzags, peaks, and valleys on your vertices. Try and keep everything kind of with a nice, gentle flow. You even them out as you go. That's generally going to give you what you want for the human form. Come forward a little bit too much in there for the kneecap. Then another spot here where the edge loops are, or the quads are way too long, 2-to-1 ratio. So grab those and connect as well. Enter. Anytime I add them now, any between 3 vertices, there can never be a straight line. It's a golden rule for organic modeling, so always make an arc whenever you add a new edge loop in when you're getting close to the finish line here. And I wanted to add one there, so I'll connect that one. If I want to move that upwards without changing the topology, I'll use the slide edge tools right here. Mesh tool, slide edge, middle mouse drag, and that'll slide it without changing the edge that it's actually sliding along. I'll move it up a little closer to the bottom of the gluteus where a lot of the bending and deformation is going to happen right in here. A little bit more as well. And upper back region, looks like this is still sticking way out. There we go. He's way in. There we go. Neck came out a little far. This one, but bottom of the cranium, we could probably bring that down and in a little bit more. Get that cupping action, the skull, cranium. And any lines that are at a severe angle that probably need to be relaxed and kind of mellowed out a little bit. Make sure my object X is on, so I don't want to cut it and re-weld it, do the duplicate special needlessly. I don't want to like obsess over it, but at the same time, do it over and over again. I can avoid it. So good, clean technique helps. Great deal. Go. That down. That down. About ready to take it in and sculpt on it. See what it looks like in 3D. Turn off the X-ray mode. Yeah. Okay, the head's still a bit flat and boxy. I gotta pull up my skull reference, but the gluteus is looking pinched right here. You just gotta bring out the maximus muscle way out. And almost everyone messes this up the first time. They want to have like a bubble butt, but actually it goes down at a pretty severe angle down this way. See the gluteus maximus is right here, goes down like a leaf shape. Right, it's not a straight bolt. Like, so when I see the implants on the rear end, I just laugh. Like, it looks so ridiculous, totally unrealistic. Like, what are we doing to our bodies to try to think what beauty is? Pretty simple. Around with this one, like I can take that whole edge down here after all. So again, I could go to the slide edge tool, go to best tool, slide edge. It down, double click that edge, whoops, double click the edge, just slide it down as well. I could leave slide edge on active and just kind of grab and slide edges around. You'll see right here at the calf, I haven't done anything with those yet, so let's go ahead and tackle that. Here we go. Do it at edge or vertices. Sometimes it's easier to do one or the other. You kind of figure that out on your, whatever works for you. Here. Scale, move, scale, move. Real easy, simple stuff. And you see I'm getting the zigzag here on the key lines, kind of bouncing around forward and backward, right? And I kind of warned against that, so just got to be real conscious about it. So I keep my active, so kind of keep that curve going and make sure I'm kind of splitting the difference and making those arcs work for me as I go, for sure. Getting there. A little bit wider on the side right here still. Then right about here is when it starts getting a little more narrow. And now I have bird ankles. So some people have really, really thin ankles or wrists. Different proportions, so you just got to work with whatever body type. Yeah, I try and always work towards a neutral base mesh, like something in the middle of every, some average approximation as much as possible that makes it more usable. Doing different body types. There we go. Got the foot. Just want to watch out that I don't have any zigzags down here where it kind of zigzags in and then forward and then back again. So continue that in just ever so slightly, and then maybe bring that one out just a bit so that's a little more mellow at the bottom of the foot. There, and it's the ankle. It's the inside of the ankle. Yeah, it's that inside bone right there. And the image planes are getting in the way, so I could just go in here and turn the image planes off, grab that inside the ankle bone, bring that out. The outside ankle bone, bring that out as well. The bottom one, the inside's lower than the, the outside's lower than the inside ankle. One side's at every intersection, one side's lower than the other. This one's higher on the outside of the calf, lower on the inside calf. it's higher on the backside of the calf, lower in the front of the shin. Right, so that is omnipresent at every intersection. You got to know which side's higher. This comes up higher here. This comes up lower here as the bone. The femur comes down right there. So be mindful of that. So I got the arms up here and the wrists. Back to that.